Hello, hello.
I'm busy. I'm eating.
We're having a little snack.
Just a little chicken.
How's everybody doing today? We're like
No, I'm really eating.
3 days away from spring break.
Do you want to talk about this?
We can talk about it. What are you eating, Danna?
That's not what I meant. I meant do you want to talk about spring break? But
Oh, spring break.
about what you're doing for spring break.
We are going to the happiest place on earth.
Whoop, whoop. She's going to
Disney
Disney
World.
World. I'm so jealous. I know I was like just there a few months ago, but like,
Are you really jealous?
Yes.
I'm still trying to get psyched up for
No,
it.
you're going to get so psyched. Like, oh my God, the second you like pull in there and you like see the welcome to Walt Disney World. Oh my gosh.
I can't wait after the 15 and a half hours straight through drive. It's going to be great.
It is more fun to fly there. I'm not going to lie.
It is, but there's 6 of us.
Yeah, and that's insane.
Like,
so
let's be honest. Like, that's a lot of money.
we flew 5 of us there and it was rough.
Well, then we have to rent a car.
Yeah,
And we have a lot of
totally.
stuff. We have to, so it's just easiest for us to drive. But since we're talking about Disney, I want to share a podcast called Disney Travel Secrets. And I love them. It's with Rob and Carrie Stewart. So if you're going to Disney, I highly suggest you like perusing through their podcast. They're travel agents, Disney travel agents. They live in Florida, but they have lots of like insider tips and tricks. They don't sell their travel agency business. Like that's their only point. Like it makes you want to book with them because they know all this good
Sure, because
stuff.
they're knowledgeable.
But we've really learned a couple things about our trips. No, I'm very much looking forward to it.
There's a Facebook page that I started following like before we had gone, and it was same thing, Disney tips and tricks, and I loved it. Like it's so great, and then it's great too because like when I was there, it was awesome because like people would post like there's a really bad line at such and such right now, or like go not even just like the rides, which of course you have on the app, but like so many other like insider things that were so nice to have. So
I was looking at the one that I follow, but it has had such good things because people are going, and then I learned about this like safari since we're seeing the Animal Kingdom.
have you gone to the safari?
No, like not the one through it.
Oh, because we went to the safari at Animal Kingdom, and it was like the coolest thing I've ever seen.
So in our hotel in the Savannah, I guess they have
Oh.
a private one you can go through, and it's sold out. We looked, so we had not heard of it. And I'm not finding the Facebook group, but it was great because they're like, "Is it worth it?" And everyone's like, "It's totally worth it. It's really cool."
So
but
that's
it's sold out.
That's what's great though about that is because you're getting real people that will tell you like, yeah, it's worth
A bottle of
spending
water
this
costs
money.
$3.75. That was what someone was asking. They're like, my husband said he's not paying $5 for a bottle of water.
$3.75. It's cheap.
So it's $3.75. It makes it feel better. No, so we're gonna load up in the Transit, aka the Creeper van.
Call it the creeper van.
It's a white Transit,
It looks like a creeper
like
van.
14 passenger van, and it fits the 6 of us nicely with all of our stuff. And we are gonna truck on through. Bill's a
it's gonna
great
be
night
great.
driver.
I think it's going to be great. And, you know, road trips like that are fun, especially when you are in something like the creeper van because you do have a lot of space. Everybody kind of has their individual space.
And
You
it's
know,
the creeper. Like, it's fun. People look at you weird when you have a
Yeah,
van
it
that
is.
big. Like, how many
I've done
people are getting
one-
out of that van?
one road trip in that one, so it was good.
It'll be nice. And this, they're teenagers. So we've not done Disney where they're all 4 teenagers.
Yeah.
And they can kind of go do their thing. And we're thinking we're going to be able to do our thing.
Yeah, like they can go off and
In the evening, we figured, like, they'll go and do some things.
And you'll just go to
We have
sleep.
Life 360 so we can track
you'll
them
just
when
go
we're
to sleep.
sleeping.
Right.
Yes.
'Cause it'll be like 7:15 and you're
Speaking
in a hotel
of
room alone
sleeping-
and you'll just go to sleep.
We overslept. We slept until 6:50 Monday morning. 6:50. We normally leave for school at 7. We left at 7:05. It actually wasn't rushed.
So it's funny because you told me this story and you were like, I don't know how we got out the door, but we did it and it was, you know, whatever. Like, but oh my gosh, it is that is the worst feeling ever.
You wake
by
up
the
and
way.
go.
And so, but Bill telling the story is so
what did
funny.
he say?
Because he also told me the story later in the day.
I've never seen him put pants on so fast. I don't even know why he was putting pants on. He doesn't have to go anywhere.
He goes, my only question is, I mean, if we can get out the door on time, why don't we just wake up at this time every morning?
I mean, Campbell had toast. Parker
I
had
was like,
popcorn. They both had their milk.
Touche, buddy, touche. Like, that is a good point.
Parker says he does not like to be that rushed. So they normally wake up
So,
at 6:15 or 6:20.
My kids, like, I live my life rushed, and my kids hate it. They do not like that. And I think it's because they get stressed.
Yeah.
And it's not a good start to your day. It's never a good start.
Do you pack lunches in the, you pack
No,
ahead.
I pack.
See, I pack lunches
nine
ahead,
times
too.
out of 10. 9 times out of 10, I'll pack at night. Like, I have not yet packed tonight because we have had a super busy night. Like, I worked at the market, and then Sam had a band concert, and Olivia had volleyball, and I've not even eaten dinner yet, although I did just eat some
Had a
chicken.
nice appetizer we'll talk about.
And I'm not even hungry now. And then Liv had volleyball, and now we just sat down a podcast for to drop it tomorrow. But, so I have not yet done
lunches. Well, you know what mine are done is because they're getting Uncrustables.
Well, so what's funny, Sam will only eat them.
Oh, that's
Sam
great.
only eats Uncrustables. But
Does he eat one or two?
Only one.
So Parker needs two.
So, but what's interesting is, Olivia leaves before the boys. The boys won't leave until 8:15.
Yeah, you have all the time in the world.
I can make their lunches
Tomorrow's
in the
late
morning.
start, too.
Oh, you have that.
We have late
That's
start.
True. So Olivia's really the only one that I have to worry about, like, getting a lunch ready for in the morning. And I still can make it in the morning, but it's just kind of a pain.
It's nice to have everything done. I have, like, water bottles with ice in their book bags. Like, all I have to do is grab the lunches, put them in their bags, and go.
Yeah. So I do try to make them tonight. What else?
Let's talk about what you're doing on spring break.
I'm working.
There's something very funny you're doing.
Okay, so because Kristin gets to go to the happiest place on earth, I'm going to the second happiest place on earth, Patterson Fruit Farm. And while I'm there,
to our house.
Because Kristin's out of town, I have to go watch their turkeys, you guys. I don't... What?
Yeah,
no,
Tom's
the
going to be doing
The turkeys I'll do.
She can do those because they're really cute. So a baby turkey is called a poult. Happy National Agriculture Day, by the way. This is all agriculture week all week long.
Also, today is National Down Syndrome Day. Wear your crazy socks.
I saw that.
Yep.
Yes, I saw that. It's National Agriculture Day.
Sam has a buddy that has Down syndrome, and every year he wears his crazy socks for his buddy bed. It's all. He's been doing it since kindergarten.
The buddy walk, is that coming up then? Is
no, the buddy walk is not. It is not associated.
We always did the buddy walk in Columbus.
We do it for Ben every year, but it is not at. For some reason, it's not around World Down Syndrome Day. They do it later in the year, but he has always worn crazy socks for Ben.
Aww.
Like, it's his thing. So yeah, it was awesome. We were just at the band concert, and our kids' school district is so inclusive, and it is so cool. And I sat with Ben's mom actually, and it was awesome because he's really, he's coming out of his shell because they're in 5th grade, and I've known him since 1st grade, and he is playing the drums.
Oh boy!
And he just, instead of playing the drums though, just waved to his mom the entire time. Aww. And it was like the coolest thing. Like, it was so awesome that he's just really coming out of his shell. Yeah, he's just developing such a cool personality.
Is the brewing.
Yeah, it's really cool. What was I saying? Oh, so while you're on spring break, enjoying Mickey Mouse, I'm going to be enjoying...
She's in the turkey clubhouse.
Turkeys.
Not a turkey club.
Not a turkey club. That sounded bad.
Turkey clubhouse.
Correct.
They're not big enough for a turkey club yet.
So I know nothing about animals other than dogs. What do you need, Joe? I know nothing about animals other than dogs, and Kristin has asked me...
They're basically like puppies.
I don't think they are.
They're just littler.
Do I have to touch them?
Listen, not unless one dies, and then you need to remove it. But they're going strong. So we got 10 more today.
What
so
do I do with it if it
seen
dies?
these. You have to do a little dig in the hole in the ground and then a little service. No, I'm just kidding. They're so little. No, we just dispose of them in the
And then
trash.
she told me that I now also have to watch the chickens.
Well, maybe we'll discuss that later. Anyways, these turkeys are pretty easy, but they are the Kids 4-H project for the Ohio State Fair. And
so if they die on my watch, I'm going to feel awful.
Person, keeping them regulated. We have them hooked up to the Ring camera.
Back it up. Did anyone just hear that? I need a very responsible
I gave you a compliment.
Person to do this, she said. A very responsible person.
Mm-hmm. So I trust you.
She chose me.
We're going to have the
There was no one else.
We're going to... I didn't ask anybody else for the turkeys just because, I don't know, they're not going to be hard. They're easy. It's just, I trust you.
Okay, we're going to find out.
It's going to be fine. I
can
watch them on the Ring camera, so...
I'm going to wave to you.
You can wave to me. I'm going to set off the siren. There's a siren in the Ring app.
Can I, go replace... when your kid's goldfish dies and you go and get a new one without them knowing? So you
cannot do that. Don't do that because I don't want any new germs introduced to my flock.
So I can't just,
don't do
get
that.
new turkeys.
We have 20. It's okay if one passes
I
away.
will feel awful. I'll feel so badly.
Oh, it's going to be nothing you did.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Unless you bring in a new
what's
turkey
gonna
and
be
then they all start dying.
super funny.
Don't go to Tractor Supply and get turkeys to add to the ones.
What's
that
going to
may
be
pass
super
away.
funny is when we go on vacation and we're going to make Kristin watch our lizard.
That's what I said. I can just see where this is going. Now I'm going to be cleaning up
Tit
Thor
for
poop.
tat.
I think Thor poop is probably worse than turkey poop.
Wait, do I have to clean up turkey poop?
Well, no, they're in the bedding. No. Like, they have litter.
Okay, so
We don't clean up the poop like you do with your lizard.
Well, you have to clean it up because let's chat about my marriage for a moment. Speaking of lizard poop, tell me if you think that I have a right to be angry with my husband.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of lizard poop, this is not where I thought this was going to go.
Grab a tall drink, a big cup of
This
coffee.
is not where I thought this was going to go today. But I just remembered this. Now, Bill and I, Kristin's husband, and I have like a thing that we say, you stay out of my marriage and I'll stay out of yours, because we often like to tell each other when we're
Tom
wrong.
and I work out, and so we just talk about them, what we're working out.
But Bill and I like to tell each other like when we're wrong in the other one's marriage. Like I'll be like, oh, you really screwed up with Kristin, or he'll tell me like, you should have done this. So I just say to him, just stay out of it. But this time he even agreed with me that Tom was wrong. So he's allowed to not stay out of it for this one. So his opinion was warranted.
Poor Tom.
Okay, so last week, so Tom hates our lizard. We have a bearded dragon. We have a 3-year-old bearded dragon
huge.
who is very large.
If I have
His
to play
name
with
is-
that thing, I'm not going to watch
His
it.
name is Thor. We got him. It was a COVID pet, which I keep saying he, and we've now discovered 3 years later that he is a she. So, oops. But anyways, Thora. And when Thora poops, it's not very often, but let me also tell you that this is the easiest pet you have ever had. Okay, I realize some people think they're disgusting, and that's fine. It really does nothing. Every few days, you have to put some water in it. Every few days, you have to put some kale and carrots and maybe a few mealworms, and that's it.
We were collecting crickets over COVID for
There
this
was
thing.
a time period we were not collecting them. I
We
got them
were.
from the store. You didn't go outside.
I did. Remember, we brought
I
you
know,
a
but you
couple,
shouldn't
and then
do
they
that.
were too big.
You should not get crickets from outside, just so you know.
We thought we were helping you.
You were not. So they're the easiest pet, okay? They poop every so often. When they poop, though, it can be a little large, and you need to clean it up because they do not know that
How are we
they
talking about poop
pooped.
again?
I know, this is 2 weeks in a row. And they do not know that they poop, so they will step in it, and then they walk all over their little cage, and then you really have a mess on your hands. So your best bet is when they
Turkeys
poop.
do that too.
When they poop, you just pick it up, clean it up, and you're done.
Do you want to pick it up and clean it up when it's done with the turkeys?
No, but no, shush. So, okay, this is Sam's lizard, and he and I were out the other day, and Tom called, and he's like, the lizard pooped. And I'm like, all right, well, can you just clean it up, because we're not home, and he's going to step in it. And he's like, no, I'm not cleaning it up. I'm like, dude, you have to clean it up. Like, are you kidding me right now? I'm like, he's like, I hate that thing. I'm not touching anything in there. He, like, threw a fit like a little kid, went back and forth, this, that, and the other. Meanwhile, finally agrees that he will clean up the poop. So he cleans up the mound of poop, which is all of 2 seconds of picking it up with a tissue and throwing it in the toilet and flushing it. Okay, fine. We get home, there is poop all over the cage. It's on the walls of the cage. It's on the floor of the cage. I'm like, what happened? He's like, you told me to clean up the poop. I'm like, I know. He's like, so I only cleaned up the pile of poop.
Where else did it poop?
Nowhere. He saw that it pooped, but it was too late, and he had already ran into his poop and ran all over the place. And instead of Tom cleaning it up, he just left it.
It's not his lizard.
It's not my lizard. You told me to clean up the pile of poop. He was wrong.
Now, I can see, like, both sides of this.
No.
I'm not weighing in.
You can
I
weigh
get
in.
it.
He was wrong. So as a what's the word I'm looking for?
Concerned citizen?
No. As a get back to him, what am I trying to say?
Payback?
Payback. As a payback, on Saturday morning, I had to drive to Mommy.
Okay, this is bad. This was ridiculous.
I had to drive to Mommy for Olivia's volleyball
Bill would
tournament.
never be married to you.
So Bill, he still actually yelled at me again this morning about it. He's still so angry.
This is rough.
Bill is angry about this with me.
Poor Tom, he doesn't really care. He's just like, oh, welcome to my life with Danna.
So So as payback, Saturday morning, Olivia and I had to drive to Mom, and we had to leave at the house at, like, I don't know, 7 in the morning. So we wake up, get ready to go, and my dogs, if they come downstairs, you can sometimes get them back up, but you really should let them out. So one of them came downstairs, and Liv and I were, like, running late. We had to leave. So one of the dogs came down, and I was like, Tom, you have to wake up. It was like 6:50. I was like, you have to wake up. We have to leave.
Tom didn't have to leave. Danna and Olivia had to leave.
Liv and I had to leave. So I was like, Tom, you have to wake up. You have to go let the dog
What
out.
were you doing?
Pouring my coffee. Getting ready to leave.
And so Tom was in bed. Didn't have to be up to leave.
But the dog was downstairs.
And you couldn't just let the dog out the back door?
Well, right, but then who was going to let the dog in?
Why couldn't you let the dog
I was
in?
gonna-
Because by the time I heard
I was
that
planning.
Tom got up, let the dog out, let the dog back in, you were still here.
But that wasn't the initial plan. I was
You were gonna
planning.
sneak out faster?
I was planning on leaving before the dog came back in. And so the dog wasn't back in time. So the dog did end up coming back in before I left. So I potentially could have taken care of the dog, but it would have made me even later because then I would have had to take care of the dog.
Rough.
So
Rough.
Tom had to wake up on a Saturday morning and let the dog
And Tom
out.
is not a morning person.
He is. No, he
Is
is
not.
So then the next morning, I was leaving to go to the market, and there was quite a snowstorm. We had an unexpected snowstorm, and I woke him up to brush
About
the
8
snow.
inches. It was
Yeah.
quite impressive.
I was leaving, and I poured a whole cup of coffee on my lap, and I was running late to go to work.
I can't believe you did this too. I forgot about this.
I forgot about it, too. I poured a whole cup of coffee on my lap, so I had to run into the house and change my clothes, but I was already running late. And so I was like, I woke him up again, and I was like,
Were you
"Babe."
yelling?
No. I was very kind about it.
Could you please help me clean up my coffee?
Very meek and very kind.
And he got up and he cleaned up your mess.
No, I didn't need him to clean up the coffee. I just needed him to go brush the snow off my car so I could go to work.
If you're watching, you can see my eyeballs getting big.
So
Which
he
your
did.
bosses
So-
told you no rush to work.
But my bosses did tell me they would open the market and to drive safely because it was so bad out and the roads were really bad. So they were like, we'll open the market. You don't have to come in right away. Like, take your time coming in. But I didn't want to be any later than I already was. So I was like, babe, can you go brush off my car? So that will teach him to not clean up lizard poop.
You're just punishing them again.
Yeah, so
You're still punishing them?
you never
What's going to
know.
be next?
I don't know. Just wait. I'm on
Okay.
a roll.
Happiest place to live on earth.
Well, Disney World.
You know, so that's not going to be. I'm going to document like all the fighting parents, the crying kids.
Oh, there's so many. It's ridiculous.
It's kind of funny.
But I do love it.
I'm going to laugh because like our kids are so
independent.
independent. They're certainly not going to be hot or tired or hungry.
They're going to complain the entire time.
They all complain.
They're going to complain more than like 3-year-olds when there.
Probably happiest place to live on earth is not the United States of America. We ranked number 11.
Which is kind of sad.
However, we are above Afghanistan and Ukraine, so that's nice. I know. Congratulations, America. Finland, they say, is the happiest place to live on earth. You know why they say in the article?
Why?
Short commutes to work.
Really?
Less aggressive work environments. Just happier and
I feel like anything having to do with like a less aggressive work environment would be a reason. Like anything when
That's
you
why
read those,
Patterson Fruit Farm could be the happiest place
It
on
could
earth.
be.
Chester Township, safest place to live in America.
but anytime you read studies about like 4-day work weeks or things like that, people are always more productive, and that is why like people. Work is what makes you happy or not happy in your life. I think so that makes perfect sense, actually.
That must be why you're so happy, since you work at Patterson Fruit Farm.
I'll let you know after next week with these turkeys things. I'm a little worried about that, if you can't tell.
It's gonna be
having
fun.
heart palpitations. Next week, Kristin's going to call in from Disney World.
I'm going to do a call-in.
We're gonna
Maybe I could have
find
a
out.
special character come with me and be our guest.
Ooh.
I don't know. Belle, be our guest.
No, that was cute. No one wants to.
I know.
I feel like we need a special guest, though.
We do. We've been working on a guest. We just haven't found the right guest.
If anyone is listening and knows
Who
of
would you
someone
want
would be
to
like
hear
a great guest,
on our
give us some
podcast?
suggestions.
We need a guest. We're ready for a guest. Okay,
We're like running out
so
of time.
we are getting ready for our trip. Really quickly, what are your must-haves from Costco?
For the trip or
just in general.
I
just
just
talk
ate
about
this
this item.
orange chicken that Olivia
the
wanted.
bomb.
It is just as good, if not better, than takeout Chinese.
I can't believe you've never bought that before.
It is. I'm gonna eat
That's
this
one of
last
our
bite
favorite
right
things
now.
we always keep.
I've never had it.
Our freezer.
Oh,
That and the
so
bear or bar, whatever they are, nuggets that taste just like Chick-fil-A.
My kids don't like them.
They don't like them.
I think they're so good. And my
They
kids
are
don't like
so
them.
good. We keep those on hand too.
Okay, what do we keep on hand? I don't know. We buy everything at Costco.
We always have Hawaiian rolls are a great bargain at Costco. We like those from there.
We get all of our milk, all of our creamer.
A lot of
We get a lot of
cheeses.
produce there, a lot of cheese. I get anything that is Kirkland brand. I am a huge fan of. Like, I absolutely think that their laundry detergent is just as good as Tide.
We tried it this time. I haven't opened it.
I think it's fine.
But
I think
we're
it works
trying
just
it.
fine. I think it's the same as Tide. I think their dishwasher detergent is the same as Cascade.
Now that I do not like from Costco. I have to get
it
the
doesn't bother me.
Cascade.
Actually, it's not the same as Cascade. Excuse me. It is the same as the one with the little ball in it, and I can't remember. And that could be why you don't like it.
Yeah. Finish. Yeah.
Yeah. Costco coffee. That's my staple. Costco brand.
We do like the Costco coffee.
Is Kirkland brand.
I love
is my favorite
Costco
thing.
more when they start selling my Nespresso coffee
I would
filters.
prefer them to sell alcohol, like liquor.
Most of them do.
I
Just
know
not
ours
Ohio.
does not. Ohio does not. I like Costco wine for the most part. Bill had one the other night that I wasn't a
The
huge
Kirkland
fan
box.
Of. Yeah, I like the Kirkland box. For a box wine, it's a good box wine. What else do I are staples there? I mean, we have so many, I can't even think. Oh, the granola, New Trail granola.
That's good stuff.
New Trail blueberry granola. It is a no carb granola, which is very hard to find.
It
or
is
low carb
delicious.
granola. It is fantastic.
Very good in your vanilla yogurt.
Also, if you're gluten free, there are these BP grain free.
Well, those
something.
cookies.
No, those are something else. But pitas that are awesome. But also, if you're gluten free, they're these bomb.com cookies.
They're good.
They're these Mexican cookies. They taste like animal cookies, and they're so good.
We're out of time, but the other thing you should always get from Costco are their, it's like junk foodie, but they're mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, my kids love those.
They're delicious. So,
All right, guys.
Until next time. Next
We'll
time
see
you
you in
hear us,
Disney
I'll
World.
be broadcasting live from Walt Disney World. Woo-hoo.
See you later.